morning and welcome to Health on Tracks Midday Buzz with me Anna all the way to 3 p.m. Now on this hour it is Health on Tracks and we are talking about Eat Smart, Stay Energized. Now for that we are joined by someone who works directly on the front lines of nutrition and wellness, Nurussyahamah Taqiah Binti Nurunnajmi, the dietitian from Hospital Kuala Lumpur. Now she's here to help us understand how to maintain energy, focus and overall health through better eating habits, especially in today's hectic lifestyle. Now, Puan Syahama, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Good morning. How are you?
I am doing great. You look really lovely today.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, if you want to see the lovely Puan Nurussyahamah, you can head on over to our Facebook and TikTok live right now at TRAXXfm official. You can catch the interview right there as well. Now, let's dive in. I love this topic because it talks about diet and I'm a person on a diet. I believe all of us are on a diet, right? You're right? Yes, we are all in some sort of diet in our daily lives. Now, these days, everybody's busy. Everybody's working, whether or not they're a working adult or a schooling person, a college person, or anything like that, rushing around, juggling with work and life. Why is healthy eating still important, even when our schedules are packed?
Correct. So, when you're busy, we of course need something like focus, concentration. So why healthy eating is important is because the eating of food actually fuels our brain and also our body.
Yeah.
So if we are not eating good, not having a proper nutrition, it will affect our concentration, focus, and we will feel easily tired. Lack of physical.
Yes.
For example, if you skip few meals in a day, how do you feel?
Yes.
Can you work? So it's very important to have a proper nutrition, healthy eating. So busy is not an excuse.
Yes. It is not an excuse to skip food and whatnot, right? And speaking of skipping, let's talk about something many Malaysians are good. I am a bit guilty of. It's skipping breakfast. Like a lot of people tend to skip breakfast because everyone is trying to get to work. Some people commute to work, they take the LRT or whatsoever, right? So they don't have time to get breakfast. So what are the consequences of skipping breakfast?
Okay, so when we are skipping breakfast, actually our blood sugar is easily to decline lah.
Okay.
So that will make us easily tired. That's the first thing. The second thing is when we skip breakfast, we tend to overeat during lunch. It's the thing that most of us cannot control. Kita punya craving and also desire because we are hungry. And the most thing that willingness is that for the risk group of population or those who have diabetes, things like that, they need to have a stabilized blood sugar all the day. So that's why they need to have 3 main meals a day: breakfast, lunch, dinner, so that they are not experiencing any hypoglycemia and then overeat during lunch and dinner. That will make more consequences on that lah.
Yes.
So that's why it's very important to have breakfast. Sometimes it doesn't need to be heavy food. Sometimes it's just as long as you have carbohydrate, protein and then fiber, that is good to go. Such as toast and egg, salad. And the most easiest thing is that if we are too busy, too packed with the morning schedule, just take your cream crackers and also tuna and some cherry tomatoes. It's full with carbs, protein and also fiber. So it's good enough already.
Tuna, crackers and cherry tomatoes.
Yes. It's as if you take rice with dishes and vegetables. Okay. It's the same thing. Macronutrients, carbs, protein, fiber.
And there's another reason when you skip breakfast, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, the gas enters, right? So let's say you get gastritis and whatnot, and then because I've done this before when you skip breakfast. Actually, funny enough for me, I get easily full when I eat my lunch. I'm not able to finish my lunch. Then I realize it's because air has already went in.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so that's another thing that happens also, right?
It could be, especially when you are used to skipping
Breakfast, right?
breakfast lah. So that's why very important to take breakfast. It's sometimes people do intermittent fasting as well.
Yeah, that's the question we want to ask. Let's keep the juicy part for later. Let's keep the juicy part for later. Yeah, okay. This is an additional question I want to ask you. What about, I know a lot of people do this. They say, I take coffee in the morning. Coffee is my breakfast. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, so the coffee tu, what other ingredients in the coffee? Do you have any milk or sugar?
Okay, some people go black coffee with probably there's sugar, maybe, but some do put milk in it. So what do you think?
Okay, for me, if you take coffee, it's good to pair. It's just as breakfast lah. It's good to pair with fruit cream, and the fat milk as part of your protein, and also it has carbs in it. Okay. Instead of you take coffee and sugar, so it's just sugar. It doesn't have any macronutrients in it that is your body needing.
Alright. Okay.
But it's good also to pair it with some another protein as well. Also carbs pun okay juga, a bit carbs lah.
Yeah. So sandwich.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. It's good to go breakfast. Fine. But as long as you take care of the sugar lah.
Yeah.
The free sugar in it.
No, now let's move on to the next question, right? So how can someone eat healthy on the go or even at the office?
Okay, so something on the go. The key is actually preparation and smart choices. If you cannot do preparation, then do the smart choice.
Yes.
So for the smart choice thing is when you are having lunch or dinner outside, which most of us do, right? In our daily habit, try to go for something like grill or steam or
instead of fried
oil. Yes, you see something just fried chicken. It's actually deep fried.
And a lot of oil.
Yes, and then with additional of the gravy pula. So the gravy comes kalau ada tumis, saute with a lot of oil. Especially when they cook outside big in the mass production kan. Yes. So when you go outside, take less gravy. Okay, don't pour over your rice on plate and then ask for more vegetables. Try to ask for more vegetables. But I know this is challenging sometimes because most of us doesn't prefer some vegetables that cook outside.
Because of wash.
Yes, because of the wash.
Hygiene also. Okay, my mom gave me this advice. I'm not sure whether it's relevant or not, but she said take vegetables that are like potola, bitter gourd and stuff like that. So those things people have to cut off their skin. So automatically there's not much of like wash. It compared to like other vegetable like green vegetable, you have to wash it. Like spinach, there's a lot of sand in it. So you take this kind of vegetable, so it's a bit more like safer to eat. Okay, that is my mom's advice. Good tip, Okay, so you agree on this thing?
I agree because sometimes I can experience the same thing. The hygiene and also the preference. So what we can do is I think a habit that I think Malaysians should have lah. Bring some udang. Cherry tomatoes. The most easiest is you want to cook. In your taqiah. Macam tu. So bring extra vegetables to your meals. Macam tu. And the other thing is that the snacking. When we are
that cannot avoid lah. We have to snack. I mean, I think in terms of snacking, I think we can definitely take a healthier snack. Fruits is actually like a better snack, right?
Okay. It might be cringe, but I think healthier snacks is something that people might be terlepas pandang lah. Because
miss out, right?
Because sometimes people say I only eat that for big. Why not? So sikit kan, kenapa tidak? But it's actually high in fat and also sodium. So that's why daripada you makan something like that, you better go for fruits or yogurts or things that easiest to keep is now we have high protein crackers
or peanuts.
Yes,
Peanuts like
butter.
cashew nuts,
Yes,
all those
nuts and
nuts.
peanuts.
Yes, because you know why? Because I'm on a diet. So
Okay.
that's what I do. That's why when you get really hungry and you don't want to eat unhealthy snacks, so you have this instead as a substitute, right? And it's healthier.
Nuts and peanuts, correct. It's a
Yeah.
good fat and also protein as well. So take it around like 2 to 3 tablespoons per. So it's enough already. You'll be full. You won't be making you less craving for something like this.
You know what? I actually have one more question to add on top of everything we're talking about. But let's go in for a quick break.
Okay.
Because there's so much to talk about on this topic. With me in the studios today is Puan Syahama, right, on Health on Tracks. And we are talking about Eat Smart, Stay Energized. So if you want to catch the interview, make sure you head on over to TRAXXfm's TikTok and Facebook. You can watch us live over there. But we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Health on Tracks with me, Anna, and today we are talking about something that's a core to our being, food and having a balanced diet. Now for that we have Nurussyahamah Taqiah Binti Nurunnajmi, the dietitian from Hospital Kuala Lumpur, to share with us how do we stay healthy and eat the right things. Now before the break I asked you so many questions that were not even on the paper, but again I have another question because I believe a lot of us have heard this somewhere from someone. So sometimes we don't feel like having big meals, right? Like big breakfast. We can't have big breakfast or bigger lunch and stuff. We're working and we're busy and all that. But I've heard it, and I know many of us heard it, is having smaller meals. So instead of having big meals at each time, you have small meals. So what do you think about that?
Alright. So having smaller and frequent meal is actually smart, especially for those who want to lose weight. Because you tend to balance your meals, the rest of your meals, and not to overeat lah. Because you dah ada stable punya intake all the days, and you will not feel easily hungry lah. But for those who are having diabetes, same goes to someone who want to lose weight. Sometimes patient, ada patient yes, they like to eat small and frequent, but types of food pula.
That's the thing. I wanted to ask you, what's supposed to be in these meals? If you're breaking it down to 5 meals a day or something like that, what's supposed to consist in this meal?
Okay, what should consist kan? So basically 3 main meals maintain lah. But the main meals tu and what types of food kan kita kena. And the rest of the snacking are 2, so total 5 lah. So the main meals tu focus back more on the what I mentioned before, carbs, protein, fiber. Not necessarily rice or noodles, which is maybe some people might think is heavy. So as long as you have carbs, protein, fiber is good enough. And for the snacking, back to what I mentioned before just now, is something like fruit, kacang-kacang, nuts and peanuts, yogurt ke, milk ke, things like that. So it's basically types of food that you want to take is also important. If you want to take 3 meals ke, 5 meals ke, 2 meals ke, it's very important, especially for those who want to lose weight, so that they are not exceed the calories ataupun fat intake in a day. Macam tu. So macam tu, bukannya small and frequent, but with the things like keripik.
You take too much
pisang goreng pun banyak.
That's not the ideal thing to do.
That's not the ideal thing.
Now, this next question is something I have done myself. I believe a lot of people do it as well. It's cutting down on sugar. Because we've been told to cut down on sugar, because sugar, is bad. If you take a lot of it, it's bad. You can get diabetes, other illnesses as well, right? But you tell me as a dietitian, why is reducing sugar intake so important?
Okay, so importance of cutting down sugar intake, right? So in the long term, as you mentioned just now, it will increase risk of diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer. But in the short term, is that sugar is actually addictive. Yes, sugar is addictive. You eat once, you want more and more. And the second thing is that it can cause rapid spike in our blood glucose control. And then if you skip some meals apalah semua, and then you tend to feel easily crash you punya energy, and you feel very very tired. Bila you dah biasa dengan sugar, and then somehow when you stop it, you will feel very tired. If you don't handle it properly or manage it properly lah with another types of food. So that's why we need to reduce sugar. And according to National Health and Mobility Survey in 2024 done in Malaysia, actually 1 in 2 adults and 3 among 4 adolescents actually take free sugar more than 7.5 teaspoon in a day.
That's a lot of sugar.
Free sugar.
What do you mean by free sugar?
Okay, free sugar is the additional sugar, the simple sugar that we can taste the sweetness lah. Our punya tangan, for example, white sugar ke, brown sugar, it's the same thing. Maple syrup, honey, that's the additional sugar. And half of that from the statistic is from the beverages.
Yes, all the AO ice, limau ice, Milo ice,
with the viral
syrup, Bandung ice.
Okay, so that is very worrying lah. Okay, so what we need to do is kalau pergi outside macam biasa, always order for less sugar or no sugar. Or take tea. And second thing is, if you want to buy something like proper package kan, learn to read the nutrition label.
Yes.
So this is the important thing as well.
Very important.
Don't easily fool with healthy punya product.
Doesn't mean it says it's a health product. It means it's healthy, right? So that's why we have to read the nutrition.
Marketing Marketing tu mana-mana ada.
Yes, they're everywhere. They want to market because they want to sell.
Betul.
Right?
They're not wrong.
Yeah.
I don't say they are wrong, no. But kita kena bijak lah.
Yeah, we have to be smart.
We have to be very smart.
Yes. Now, what about like eating? Okay, I don't know. I have this fear. I have this fear. Like, let's say, okay, especially we sleep at night, right? Sleep at night 8-9 hours. We wake up, and the first thing we do is take tea or coffee with sugar. Is that bad for your health? Taking the first thing you consume is something that has sugar.
Something that has additional sugar lah.
Yeah.
You mean the first thing when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
I can say it's not good because the additional sugar, the free sugar. Because you have been kita kata fasting, and your body has been fasting from the night kan.
Yeah.
When you're sleeping, so the first thing you take is sugar. So your blood sugar will get increased very rapid because you dah sugar you previously dah macam ni dah turun.
Yeah.
Sugar naik mendadak. And then turun tu mendadak because you are not having another meal. So that's why it's not really a good idea to take the first thing in the morning is the additional sugar. Take the full complete almond saja.
Yes.
Or milk.
Or milk. Yeah. Full cream milk. Now, what about people who complain about, now we're talking about cutting down sugar, and they feel weak or something like that so what's your advice for them?
Okay, so sometimes people kan bila they are more on like dieting practice, they're not doing it with a guide.
Yeah.
They tend to restrict all types of carbohydrate.
Yeah.
Okay, so sugar actually comes from carbohydrate. But do you know that carbohydrate has two types?
Okay.
It's complex and also simple.
Yes, I learned this long time ago in my science.
So it's more refreshing lah. Okay, kan? So people tend to cut all the complex carbohydrate as well, such as rice, bread, oat, potatoes, things like that. So if you want to restrict, just restrict kita kata apa tu, simple sugar. But complex carbs is still the main fuel for your energy, for your body and brain.
Okay. I think I'm understanding what you're trying to say. So when speaking of cutting down sugar, don't cut down on like complex carbohydrate that has sugar also, but that's not exactly bad.
Okay. What are the differences? Complex carbs actually, the molecule is kita kata complex. So when it's digested in our body, it will kita kata take time longer for them to digest compared to the simple. Because the molecule is very simple, so it's really fast for the blood sugar to spike. So that's why the simple one is not recommended. This is one to avoid, but the complex one is the main thing for your body and also brain. That is the main fuel. So that's why don't restrict all the things that sound carbohydrate. No.
You still need some carbs.
Yes. You still need some carbs. It's our main fuel. But what type of carbs is the first thing, and then second thing, don't take only complex carbs, but combine it, pair it with what I mentioned before, the protein and also fiber.
Yes, see, I'm a very good student.
Excellent student.
Yes, and this next thing, I know a lot of I'm not sure even only young people, a lot of people do this particular thing. Things like intermittent fasting or like low carb diet or detox and yada yada yada. There's so many nowadays, right? So what is your take on that?
Okay, so these all types of diet actually kita kata for short term, you may see the results. Binge loss ke, weight loss ke, reduce hunger ke, tak rasa lapar and all. But in terms of my view, dietitian's view, it's very important for an individual to adapt a consistent and kita kata apa, realistic punya habit. Yeah. For how long you want to go for your intermittent fasting?
Exactly. I totally understand because I've done it. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Because once you break from the cycle, right? Because you're gonna eat normally, then you realize whatever weight you lost, you're gonna start putting back. Then you're like, then what's the whole point?
That is the second thing that most people cannot not able to control is that the overeat. When you break the fast.
Yes.
So that's why I said it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
Some might feel that okay, I'm able to do it, then you do it. But do it with the guidance.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Exactly.
And the second thing, if you have chronic diseases, diabetes, CKD, chronic kidney disease, and please consult with your dietitian or nutritionist first before you practice this kind of diet.
Yeah.
But how my take is very simple. I will go for more kita kata apa consistent for the long term punya practice and realistic, which is complete and balanced meal. 3 times a day.
3 times a day. And if you want to lose weight,
Exercise.
Diet is big part of losing weight,
Yes.
but the exercise has to be also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Learn to I love to say this to my patients as well. Learn about the food that you take, not only to restrict, not only to cut. Macam tu. So it's important also to learn about the food that you take, so that you can enjoy food properly lah. Not to restrict all everything.
Yes, exactly. I'm definitely rethinking my diet. Yeah? Probably I need a personal consultation with you after all this. So let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll wrap up this conversation. Today I'm speaking to Nurussyahamah Taqiah Binti Nurunnajmi, dietitian from Hospital Kuala Lumpur, on the topic Eat Smart, Stay Energized. We'll be right back. and welcome back to Health on Tracks with my guest Puan Nurussyahamah Taqiah Binti Nurunnajmi, dietitian from Hospital Kuala Lumpur, and we are talking about Eat Smart, Stay Energized. Now, during the break, we spoke about something and I'd like to bring it on air as well. What do you think about people who have late night meals and supper? We Malaysians, we love supper. We love after playing pickleball or something, go to mama, eat nicely. So what do you think about all this?
Okay, so when we are heading towards sleeping kan, our body is actually designed to rest.
Yeah.
Okay, designed to rest, including our digestion. Designed to kita kata apa ni, slower, our digestion will be slower lah compared to the earlier. Yeah. So that's why it's not recommended actually to have a late dinner ataupun supper lah. But it's depends juga on your, kita kata apa, depends also in your types of food. Macam contoh, sometimes my diabetic patient memang dia kena small and frequent meal throughout the day kan. So supper tu memang kita suggest kita design very very simple cups for one exchange. Itu dah lebih lagi lah kena go through. But the thing is very very light supper. As example, milk with crackers, okay. But if you go for dinner yang memang heavy with one plate of rice with curry ni dengan ayam goreng, so it's not good lah kita kata. The maximum kita advise is for your dinner is up to 8 p.m.
Yeah, that's recommended.
Okay. So that our body can prepare to end their digestion lah. Macam tu.
Does that mean it's like 2 hours before your bedtime?
Yes, 2 hours before
bedtime. So if someone who is going to bed at 12, they can still eat until 10?
No, because we are not recommending people to sleep at 12. It's late.
Okay. Sometimes on the weekend, you know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just giving an example.
Okay.
So it's 2 hours before.
2 hours before, but actually 10 p.m. is also quite late lah. But kalau if you want to go for supper as well, as example weekend, movie kan.
Yes.
So can, but watch out your types of food saja.
Yes.
Macam tu. Don't go for like very heavy meals lah. Take something, if you want to prioritize protein with very very low carb or no carb.
No carbs. Alright. Now, let's get in, before we wrap up the interview, let's get to something very practical.
Okay.
If someone wants to start eating better today, right now, what's the easiest first step they can take?
Okay, so the first thing is please ensure good hydration. 1.5 to 2 liters per day lah. I think now it's very convenient because there are so many types of water yang kita kata apa, ada mineral, ada kita apa tu, scale berapa liter.
Okay.
Ensure adequate hydration so that we tak adalah craving easily to the freeze and all. Second thing is when you want to do changes, this is the most practical thing I think. As example, just now you mentioned about cutting down on sugary drinks kan?
Yes.
Okay. As example, if you already you are on a practice whereby you take sweet beverages every single day, don't cut it at all together.
Yeah.
Okay. Try to alternate it from, as example, 7 times a day. Try to cut it to 4 times per week. 7 times per week. Cut to 3 to 4 times per week.
Okay.
Sikit-sikit, alternate it.
Yes.
Ada days when you okay, ada days when you okay, then you take it. But at the same time, you order lah less sugar.
Yeah, definitely.
Then the second week, after the first week you are comfortable with it, the second week you cut lagi sampai you feel okay already to omit the sugary drinks. Macam tu.
Yes.
And then the third week, try to include the third goals pula, which is to ensure you get 3 servings of vegetables a day.
Yeah.
Macam tu. Don't do it all together. It will not be
because
consistent.
Yeah, that's why sometimes we try to, I'm going to diet, I'm going to eat healthy, and then we go all out. It's so hard to keep up.
And then somehow after that rebound pula.
Yeah.
So try to aim that types of practice lah.
Yeah. So you start slow. You start alternating first, and then slowly you take it step by step.
But
don't jump right in.
And as for someone, I love to say this because I see most of my patients, especially with diabetes, sengsara. cancer patients pun sengsara sebab semua nak cut itu, nak cut ini, at the end got another complications. So it's very important to seek guide from your dietitian and nutritionist.
Okay, now before we wrap our conversation today, what's one message you want everyone listening to remember about eating smart and staying energized?
Alright, so before habis, I would like to advise us do something like small changes actually can lead to consistent in your practice. So don't give up. So for everyone, even me myself, because I think with productive busy days today is actually challenging as well for us. Don't give up, but as long as you stay mindful and watch out your kita kata apa, food, what you take in a day, that's the best version lah of us of what we can do to ourselves as a better kita kata apa, changes lah in a day.
Yes, thank you so much, Puan Syahama, for sharing such simple, realistic and powerful insights. I learned a lot. I feel like I need an appointment from the dietitian. I'm definitely taking your advice, and healthy eating doesn't have to be complicated, right?
Not be perfect.
Yes, that's right. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can start with small, consistent habits, and anyone can stay energized throughout the day. So yeah, so those who are listening right now, don't forget your body runs on what you fuel with it. Okay, make the little changes, they go a long way, right? So thank you so much, Puan Syahama, for being here and sharing your tips with us.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
For the opportunity.
Yes, you're welcome. Now, if you missed on any part of the interview, head on over to our Facebook page at TRAXXfm Official to watch the replay. This has been Eat Smart, Stay Energized on Health on Tracks. We got the news at the top of the hour, and I'll be back right after that.